You ought to break your other 3 legs.
That sounds like Johnny Rhodes. Now, how can you blame a horse for coming up lame, huh?
I thought I lost you back in the bluffs.
Well, now a man with no supplies and no water heads for the first water hole. All I had to do was just circle up and wait here. Now, you need a formal invite to unbuckle that belt, huh?
Tell me, how your rangers know I was coming down to these parts?
Well, the air up around the Arizona border started to smell a lot better, so they wired us to Johnny Rhodes. Must be headed south.
I hope you don't charge for your jokes.
Everything from here on in the state's paying for, including the rope you're going to be swinging from. About that belt. Now back away from it. Go on. You know, with a lame horse, you got a long walk ahead of you. So let's get started.
You're out of your simple mind. You think I'm walking clear to Laredo.
You got me bleeding for you, Johnny Rhodes. Really bleeding.
I wish we could arrange something like that.
But you ain't gonna win no prizes for your jokes neither. Now come on, move it out. Move it out.
Come on.
Señor. ¿Qué pasó, señor? Abusado, que le va a hacer daño el sol.
What happened?
We came to water the horses, and we killed a snake.
I mean, before that.
Your horse, he fell. He hurt his leg.
I don't even remember riding in here. Well, boy. Good boy. Sounds crazy, but I don't even remember ever being in these parts.
When one takes a fall like that, it takes time to regain his senses.
Well, I guess what I'm trying to say is I don't even know my own name.
That is bad.
It's a mighty peculiar feeling.
Our sympathies.
Hey, is there a town close by?
Say, San Rosa. It's below the border.
Yeah, well, maybe I come from there.
Anything is possible.
Yeah. Well, thanks. Thanks.
Como gusta, amigo.
Yeah.
Well, the word's not too good, Captain.
Meaning what?
Well, for a stranger in these parts, Johnny Rhodes sure does well at picking out back trails.
Where's Bennett?
He didn't come in yet?
If he had, would I be asking where he is?
Well, even if you circled the bluffs, he'd have been back an hour ago.
I'll head out and pick up his trail.
You and Cooper will head out and pick up Rhodes' trail. I want him kept busy for the next couple of days. I'll take Eric here with me to Sortillo. There's a gold shipment coming north. I've got orders to join up with the Reale patrol escorting it from Mexico, sort of a hands-across-the-border operation.
You figure that's why Rhodes is around these parts, because of that shipment?
If it is, I want him kept so busy thinking about you two trailing him, he won't have time for anything else. Now, if you want to contact me, here's the route the gold train will be taking. From Sortillo, we'll come along the river, through the East Canyons here. We'll stop for water at two places. Nueva Rosita, here at San Rosa.
He got a stone bruise on his foreleg there, and I'd appreciate it if you'd wrap a bandage around it.
Si, senor. It will be done.
Oh, that canteen up there, they carry anything to hold the drink?
The beer is more wet than cold.
Yeah. Well, I'll settle for that, long as a little shade comes with it.
Johnny, Rose. Madre de Dios.
Good morning, man.
It's a hot one, I'll give you that all right, dearie. What's your pleasure?
Well, I could sure finish off about a half a keg of beer.
Well, man with a thirst is what I'm in business for. Set yourself down.
Thank you, man. Ooh. Looks like you own the only breath of air in these parts, man.
Yeah, I got the idea from a book about some jungle place. This missionary wanting his comfort. My customers are just as good, I said, so I went about putting it in.
Well, that's a real fine idea. Real fine idea, man.
You run a place is my way of thinking. Every third one's on me, dearie, so you just sit back and make yourself feel right at home.
Sure. That's it. That's real fine. Sure hits the spot.
You got a headache, dearie?
Well, my horse took a fall on the rocks, and close as I can figure it out, I landed on my head.
Luis está aquí. ¿Qué voy a hacer? Tengo miedo. Luis, he's back.
Well, you're sure learning to look twice at the man who gives you presents, dearie. Get on in the back. I'll do what I can.
Gracias.
Some kind of trouble?
Luis Canzano. His head's as thick as the horse he rides. He thinks Margarita's playing hard to get.
Oh, you mean a lover's quarrel, huh?
That's what Luis would call it. He's got a system. Pick out a girl, give her some presents, and then break her arm if she says no.
Well, no. That ain't no way to treat a girl.
Hey, vieja. Tell the little pigeon Luis is here. He has even taken a bath.
I'm kind of sorry you went to all that trouble, Luis. And I know you won't believe this being handsome as you are and all. You're making Margarita unhappy.
Well, that is always so before Luis warms his pigeons with kisses.
Now, wait a minute. The the only thing to do on a real hot day when you figure you got a gripe is just to sit down over a couple of beers and talk it out. Pour my friend a beer, will you, man?
Sure, dearie.
Come on.
Who is this clown?
Well, now, that's the kind of talk just leading to trouble, and you don't want no trouble, right? And I sure don't. I mean, well, now, there ain't nobody wants any trouble if they could just kind of sit down and talk it out, huh? Oh, yeah. There you are. On me, my friend. Now, we'll just sit down and we'll reason this whole thing out, huh?
Now, Luis, will improve your face. A shorter nose? Hmm?
I guess you missed seeing my friends waiting outside there, didn't you? And there we could have a nice talk over a few beers.
I will plant your bones right here.
Well, now, you know, I don't plan easy, considering I've been around a little while.
This morning, Luis feels a kindness. He will break both arms of the Americano. Only the arms.
Just so I don't owe you no favors.
Taco, you sure?
Sí, él es.
Now, my friend. Come on. Come on!
Él es, no cabe duda. Es Johnny Rose.
It's getting kind of hot out here. Let's get on with it. Come on.
Señor, you are...
Do we need a formal introduction?
¿Este es el bandido Johnny Rose, estás seguro?
Sí, Luis, él es Johnny Rose. No hay duda, él es.
Hey, now, what's going on around here, huh?
Senor Rhodes, I did not know it was you.
I am here because I have a message for you.
Huh?
Senor McCord and his men will be at the river crossing tomorrow in the morning.
Is that so?
They will wait there for your further instructions.
Again, my apologies, Senor Rhodes.
But when it comes to gold, you and I will act as one, no?
Yeah.
Thank you for your help, Senor Rhodes.
Oh, it was nothing, man. Nothing at all.
Luis.
Gracias. Adiós, Senor Rhodes.
You still got that headache?
Well, it ain't exactly a headache, ma'am. It's just that, it's just that I'm fuzzy about things, that's all. Everybody here seems to know me.
Johnny Rhodes creates quite a good stir whenever he shows up, I guess. Come on inside. I'll fix your meal, make that head feel better.
Yeah. Yeah.
No question. That's Reese's horse headed north. Trail's about 6 hours old.
Well, that means that Rhodes is walking a lame horse south.
You know, I'd give a month's pay to find out what Whoa.
What do you got?
It's Reese's hat, isn't it?
Yeah, but he wouldn't go riding on a hot day like this without his hat.
Suppose maybe that snake bit him. He needed some doctoring in a real hurry.
So he rides north instead of going back to Laredo?
Yeah. It just doesn't add up, does it?
Oh, I think we better find Rhodes. He might be a little better with the arithmetic.
Just might.
Gracias. Folks around this town don't believe much in laughing, do they?
They've come in for the Saturday night wine, but I guess they're a bit skitterish with Johnny Rhodes around.
Well, I don't feel as mean as you say I am. Or was, or is.
I tell you the truth, dearie, you ain't proven nothing like I heard about. In fact, I kind of like you.
Well, that's right nice of you to say that, man. Ooh.
Nothing come back yet?
Well, the closest I can figure, I was just headed down this way. I mean, the town being closest to the water hole, I mean, you know.
You sure enough must have been headed here with them McCords meeting with you tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I almost forgot all about them. Pretty bad bunch, huh?
If you was to give me my choice of the worst cutthroats on this side of the border, I'd name the McCords.
And me not much better.
Well, from hearsay, dearie, I just gotta agree with you. But getting to know you personal, well, you just don't strike me that way.
Well, now that's right kind of you, man. Right kind of you.
You can call me Mio, dearie.
Mio? You know, it just ain't right. I'm spoiling all their fun. All right. All right. Now everybody drink up. Everybody drink up. No, I don't mean that kind of drinking. Everybody be happy. Everybody be happy. And hey, how about a little soda pop here for my little friend, huh? And brighten that music up. Brighten it up, my friend. We can't go wasting a real nice night like this now, can we, huh?
It's a horse, all right.
Yeah, and there's only one fellow that rides a saddle with this much silver on it.
We gotta figure some legal way to get Rhodes back across the border so we can arrest him.
Yeah, well, how's about we hit him over the head and put a sack over that head and then just accidentally stumble over him when he wakes up on the American side?
Roughly, I'd say that's legal enough.
Yeah.
I just gotta keep saying it, dearie. You ain't got the look of a murderer.
Huh?
Them dozen or so people you killed.
You mean to tell me I've been doing more than just robbing?
Ain't nobody down here worried about a robin or two. It's them people you killed without any money in their pockets kind of sticks in your craw. Not that I ain't cottoning to you regardless. I kind of got used to bad apples, my husband being what he was.
Well, now, I don't feel like no bad apple at all.
He wound up on the gallows. I fancied him. Got to admit, he ended up where he belonged. I just been marking time running this cantina down here ever since.
Huh. Well, I'll show him. I'll show him. I'll show him I don't mean no harm to him at all. None at all. All right. Every drink's on me tonight. Everything is on me. Now, come on. I want everybody to be happy the whole night. The whole night through. Go on, huh?
Se los dije que este pelao es a todo, ¿ah, señor? Y arriba con el señor Johnny Rose.
Oh, Johnny Rose.
Reese must have stumbled onto something.
In there playing Johnny Rhodes?
Who knows, but we can't afford to kick over whatever he has in mind.
The water hole Reese somehow got a hold of Rhodes' horse.
Yeah?
He said Rhodes got his horse and rode north.
Mm-hmm.
But does anything else make sense?
Well, I don't know. The place to find out's inside. Now, why don't we just pretend that we're a couple of old buddies of Rhodes and just help things along?
Better than that, why don't we say we're down here to meet him on a job?
All right, but Reese isn't too bright. I hope he doesn't fumble a cue.
I read about it once. Something about being two people. But I never figured a bump on the head would make it happen to me.
Well, buenas noches, señorita. They may not have the best tasting beer down here south of the border, but they sure got the best looking women.
For a man with a wife and 4 kids, you sure keep on trying, don't you?
That's one I owe you. Ya lo estaba solamente bromeando, señorita. 2 cervezas, por favor. Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny, looks like you beat us down here, boy.
Well, it's nice to see you again.
I see you again.
Well, if y'all will excuse me, there's a spare room in the back. You can bunk in, dearie, whenever you're ready.
Well, now thanks, Neil. Thanks a lot.
She looks comfortable, anyway.
We found your hat by the water hole. Aside from that, we're in the dark.
Water hole? You passed through there too, huh?
That's right.
What'd you come up with?
Well, maybe tomorrow I'll be thinking better, but right now, you guys and me better get on an even footing. Now, you know my name. What's yours?
Well, I'm Black Bart. Got 14 notches on my gun, too.
My name's Deadly Danny. I got 16 notches on this gun, and that doesn't count the man I killed last night.
Bart.
Yep.
Danny.
That's right, partner.
Maybe you guys can help me figure out something. Remind me where I first met you.
Well, I guess that'd be down in El Paso when we slit that old miner's throat and had a real good time on his gold.
I think it was more than likely the time we pushed the stage over the canyon, huh?
Could have been that, too, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But I know you guys think it's mighty peculiar to be asking old friends where we met and so on, but, I'll tell you, I took a nasty fall on my head down that water hole today. I'll tell you frankly, the only thing I'm sure of is my own name. And sometimes I'm not even sure of that.
This whole thing's beginning to figure, Joe.
You fellas say you come all the way down here just to see me.
I think we'd better get him out in the fresh air.
Hey, that McCord gang. Maybe you can tell me something. Why am I meeting them tomorrow? What for, huh?
Willie McCord and that band of cutthroats? You meeting them?
Well, yeah. Tomorrow I'm supposed to meet him down by the river, north of town. Something about gold.
Gold shipment coming up from Saltillo.
Yeah, they're gonna hit it near here.
Now, wait a minute. You guys spell that out just a little bit slower.
You know what, I think maybe a walk in the night air might help clear things up for you. How about that?
Yeah, it's a good idea. Good idea.
Let's go.
Oh, Mia. All the drinks are on me.
Whatever you say, dearie.
Salud por el señor Johnny Rose.
Real friendly people. Real friendly people.
Boy, can you imagine trying to explain this one to the captain?
Nope.
Reese?
Huh, yeah.
Better be heading back to Laredo and let a doc look at that head of yours.
Well, it's only a kink in my neck now. What bothers me more is not remembering things. It's a real funny feeling. What'd you call me?
Senor Rhodes, we have a little surprise for you.
Like what?
Well, what would you say if I told you you have another name? Reese Bennett.
Well, I'll tell you. Ooh. Well, that would figure, because I've been using a lot of other names. I'll tell you that.
Reese?
Yeah.
You're not following us.
Look, old pal, you're just gonna have to face it. You're plain old Reese Bennett.
And here's your plain old hat.
Now, wait a minute. What kind of game you two guys trying to pull, saying my only name is Bennett? Well, half of the people in this town know who I am. If you two guys are trying to get rid of me for that gold robbery job with the McCords, well, maybe I just don't mind you hogging my share. Huh.
I wonder what Reese is going to think when he wakes up tomorrow morning and finds out he's the #1 wanted man along the border.
Hey, Joe.
Oh.
That kind of gives me a little idea.
Like what?
Well, the first thing we can't do is go upsetting Reese's psychosomosis.
Is what?
Well, whatever they call it. Take us a whole day just to convince Reese he's Reese. So why don't we just leave that be? Keep him happy playing Johnny Rhodes. Maybe you and me can get a little bit lucky and hit the jackpot and get the whole McCord gang.
Yeah, that sounds real good.
Well, McCords are coming in tomorrow. Supposed to have a meeting with Rhodes outside of town. Now, it's a cinch that Reese can't go out there as Rhodes. So, like I said, I got an idea. It's kind of crazy.
Well, that much figures anyway.
Now, did you ever come face to face with the McCords?
No, sir, I can't say I've had that pleasure.
Well, neither have I. So now, if we don't wake Reese up to this whole thing so he starts acting hard-nosed and kicking the whole thing over, what do you say to you and me riding out there tomorrow, meeting with the McCords at the river crossing, and telling them we're a couple of Rhodes's right-hand men?
Well, that's crazy enough for a start, Chad.
Now, just listen for a minute. We got to get the McCords on the American side of the border in order to arrest them, right? So, we tell them a story. We tell them that the gold train was delayed north of the border. Ride along with them, get the drop on them on the American side, herd them into the Laredo jail. Now, how's that sound?
Like us getting buried long about sunup tomorrow?
Joe, you got to have faith in these things.
Tell you what we do, Chad. Tell them McCord's there's been a change in plans to rob that Laredo bank after the gold gets there. That way we won't have so far to walk them to jail.
That's not bad.
Bueno, muchachos, hasta mañana, ¿eh? Ya lo divertimos mucho. Adiós, adiós, señor Rose. Adiós. Hasta mañana, se cierra el changarro. Adiós, mamacita, ¿eh? Bueno, vámonos.
You got a problem, dearie?
No, them two rubbed me the wrong way. Supposed to be my partner, sort of. I wouldn't trust them as far as that door.
They struck me as kind of sly, too. Just proves the old saying, the company you keep kind of reflects. Margarita, limpia la cocina, por favor.
You know, the more I think about it, the more I don't hanker meeting them McCords tomorrow.
You know, dearie, there's one way of looking at this whole business. You not remembering being Johnny Rhodes at all might just be a God-sent thing.
Well, what do you mean?
Seeing the light. Now, suppose you was just to ride out of here and leave everything behind, start a whole new life.
Yeah? How?
Maybe down around Durango somewhere. Maybe you could come up making an honest living.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, Mio, that don't sound bad at all.
The reason I mentioned Durango is I got a winter place down there. And I'm thinking of making it permanent. Setting up a kind of cantina. Relax all year long.
Yeah, and, maybe I could work for you.
Well, I wouldn't mind if you was to run the whole shebang. Kind of, man of the house?
Yeah. Mio, that could work out real fine. Real fine. Them vultures out there could make it real bad for me. I mean, me backing out of this McCord thing, you know.
Anybody can see they're troublemakers, all right.
Yeah, I got to do something about them.
Maybe I can just help you there, dearie.
Yeah? How?
Oh, well, you see, dearie, Margarita has a sister.
Ah, qué noche estará esta noche, amigo. Eres muy bonita, señorita, muy bonita, como una muñeca. ¿Sí?
I'm kind of glad you said hello out there.
Yeah. Sí, ¿cuántos años tienes?
20.
20, no me digas.
Ayer.
Sí, ayer. Feliz cumpleaños.
Gracias.
Qué noche estará esta noche. Ah, aquí viene. Gracias, chula. You know, you got a real good-looking sister there, Margarita.
Glad you like. Gracias.
You know, Joe, I kind of hate to put a damper on an evening that seems to be working out so well, but we haven't given much thought to Johnny Rhodes being on the loose and maybe meeting up with the McCords tomorrow.
Now, Chad, that's the worst thing that can happen. What's the best?
Got to go with you on that part. I think it needs a little drinking, too. Salud, señoritas. Son muy buenos. Well, this should be some good eat.
Them two sure ain't much.
Oh, boy. You know, Mel, I ain't no fighter, but I ain't never tasted any ham and eggs as good as this.
Well, thank you, dearie. Fact is, my husband, rest him, called for a plate of my cooking just before they strung him. Went feeling peaceful. Pride myself I stood by him, just like I'm going to stand by my next man when he comes along.
Well, I guess I better go gather in my so-called partners. All right, you guys had enough sleep the last fair week. Now, come on, wake up. Boy, you two ain't much to sucker along, I'll tell you that right now. No wonder I get in so much trouble, having two like you for partners.
Like somebody shoved some sand down my throat.
Laced with Tabasco sauce.
What is this?
Well, that's just the way it's going to be, fellas.
Reese, we got to get something squared away right now.
Is that so?
Like your name isn't Rhodes, for one.
Oh, now we're getting back to that again, huh?
We're Texas Rangers.
That gang we're supposed to be working for, the McCords. We're not.
And we're supposed to arrest them. Is that what you mean?
You finally got it.
You guys think I look stupid?
Do we have to answer that?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm leaving town. And the McCords can do whatever they got in mind. But I'm declaring myself out.
You're just going to leave us tied up here?
Well, to tell you flat out, I don't trust neither one of you. What I'm doing is dumping you someplace out in the edge of town, so you don't get me in no trouble. Now, come on, get on your feet. Come on! Up you go. Come on. Up you go. All right, come on. Come on.
Reese, you don't know what you're doing.
Well, I'd be obliged. You stop calling me by that crazy name. Now, go on, get out there. Go on.
What would you say was the worst could happen?
Hey, now. What is all this, huh?
The worst you're looking at now.
My hard-headed friend.
Who are you?
A man with a sense of humor.
These are all rangers, Senor Rhodes? But two of them are tied.
Well, I accept all favors without explanation. You can start explaining what you figured pulling off using my name down here.
Hey, now, there's something going on around here.
There's some words we could just carve over Ranger headquarters.
Or on 3 tombstones.
A favor, Senor. There is something I would like to repay this one. With your permission.
So long as it's painful.
You be the judge. Senor, would you look out? So.
Luis, you do good work.
Who hit me? Who hit me? Who hit me? Who hit me?
Hey, what's your name?
Huh?
What's your name?
My name?
Is it Reese Bennett?
Well, it ain't Little Bo Peep, I'll tell you that anyhow. What's going on here anyhow?
One thing for sure, if it ever happens again, we'll know how to bring him out of it.
Yep.
You think it'll be enough?
He'll rip this street 100 feet high.
Be raining reales for an hour.
You guys getting around to telling me what this is all about?
Well, right now, they're putting dynamite in the street.
You don't remember anything, Reese? Nothing about coming down here?
Well, no, all I remember is my horse getting spooked at the water hole. And now I'm waking up in the usual fix I am when I'm working with you guys.
Well, it's going to be a slaughter out there. Eric and Palmer, you're going to go right up with that whole Ruelli patrol.
Everything will go, and the gold will shower down like a gift from heaven.
What do you mean saying he's a throwback? Why, he even talks like us.
Eh?
Well, I've been sticking up for you, saying you only look like something that ain't human.
You got plenty of steaks on hand?
Mio never leaves any man go hungry. And in turn, I hope you got something in mind for these three. Them pulling the wool over my eyes. Ever since the day my husband got hung, I can't cotton to lawmen.
Yeah, I got something in mind for him, all right.
There won't be a place on either side of the border you can hide, Rhodes.
Well, with 200,000 in gold, I can make the ocean my border.
See? And we go to Spain.
Why don't you just tell him the name of the ship we're taking? You let us know when those steaks are ready, huh?
Sure thing, dearie. Luis, you want to sit down and eat first? You can. This steak is nice and tender and ready.
For once, El Senor Rhodes has been preparing everything, step by step. A brilliant man. I'm going to buy brave bulls in Barcelona with my gold.
Luis, take your head off. It ain't polite to eat with your hat on.
Perhaps I will name a bull for each of you. I'm funny, no?
No, not anymore, you're not.
You boys will have to take it from here.
You're sure all right, Neil. You're sure all right.
You sure are, man. Thanks a lot.
Well, you don't think I'd let anything happen to you after last night, do you?
Last night?
Last night?
I wasn't about to give up the first real man I met in ages.
Hey! There's my hat. Now, what's my hat doing on that bar?
Reese, it's a long story, and we haven't got any time.
Yeah.
Reese, will you come?
All right, I'll start it off when the last man on the patrol passes the first charge.
I feel like I've been reading me a storybook. with some missing pages.
Well, that story's gonna have a very sad ending if you don't come on.
Piece of flint rock, that's all it needs. Rifle bullet smashing into the rock acts the same as a blasting cap.
Yeah. Only got about 2 hours to go. Better get up on the roofs. See how things look from up there, huh?
You haven't got much time. They'll be wanting their grub.
Get moving in there, you guys. I feel like a sitting duck out here.
Come on, let's go. Come on. You look yourself later.
Another 5 minutes. Give you a call on them steaks, dearest.
No.
Why be so upset, Reese? Worst thing that could happen is you'd have to marry her.
The worst.
Now look, they got dynamite in the streets, guns up on the roofs. Got ourselves a little problem here.
Hey, take your hat off and get lower.
You know, if we could grab a hold of Rhodes, we'd have a talking point.
What are you going to talk about?
Just stay here, Reese.
Rough and tumble, you boys sure ain't much. Well, now, as long as you ain't using this.
I ought to ram this down your throat.
I quit scaring a long time ago, dearie. I'd drop that gun if I was you. Yeah? You and me are going to make a swell pair.
You all right, Joe?
Ain't I always?
Well, now that was just a minute's work. They sure weren't much, were they, huh? Hey, before somebody gets hurt, I better set off that last mine, huh?
I wouldn't do that, Reese.
Why not? For one thing, it didn't make Eric too happy.
Well,
Howdy, Dusty.
well, now I thought you were coming in with a gold train, Eric.
The captain sent me on ahead. Now, what's been going on here?
It's a long story, partner, and you wouldn't believe half of it.
Well, now, I can explain it just about 6 words. Well, I got wind the McCord gang was coming through him, so I just made believe I was Johnny Rhodes. You know, kind of a soccer man, you know what I mean? Just simple as that.
You've been in your right mind all the time? I mean, dearie, you've been real sincere with me?
Well,
meaning
now-
all that went on between us last night?
Well, now, ma'am, I didn't mean to say...
Ma'am, he always means everything he says.
One man who is the very soul of honor.
I got a whole slew of steaks still cooking. You dearies must have worked up quite an appetite.
Can you explain being the soul of honor in 6 words too, Reese?
Yeah. I was with you guys all night. You know, when I wasn't remembering. Well, you know, together like we always are, huh?
Reese, you haven't got a worry in the world.
I ain't.
No. Kind of, cooking she does, how can you lose?
Oh, you guys,